Every single person that plays golf understands how important it is to have control of your wedges. But many people don't like practicing wedges, myself included, because it's really tedious, and to be 100% honest with you, I'm not really that good at it. In today's video, we are going to take a look at how to test your finesse wedges. We're going to be going through a couple of different shots between 50 to 100 yards. Let's do it right meow. Alright, thank you very much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. My name is Kenny. Some of you may know me as Kennie Kat. I am a competitive golfer, and this channel is dedicated to my journey on what it takes to become a better competitive golfer. I do release content every single week, so if you do happen to like this, do not hesitate to hit that subscribe button below, and the best compliment you can pay me is a thumbs up. Alright, let's jump straight into it. I have done baseline testing for putting, chipping, full swing, and now we're on to wedges. I do have to do some testing out of the sand because it is part of my wedge game, but I wasn't able to get access to a quality sand bunker for this test. We'll have that in another video, but let's head over to the range and get this test started so we can see exactly how good my wedges are.
All right, today we're gonna be working on a little bit of wedge work. Gonna be looking at trying to dial in those distances and see exactly where we're sitting. Gonna hit a 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100-yard shots. Gonna be using the Mevo flight scope to track the distances as well. So we're gonna do it with 3 different wedges. We're gonna do it with a gap, sand, and a lob, because we wanna hit a high shot, low shot, and a regular standard shot to each distance. And then obviously we just want to see if we can complete the task and pass or fail if we can do it with all 3. And I want to be within plus or minus 5 yards of each distance. So for 50 yards, I could be 55, I could be 45. We're gonna be a little bit lenient today just to kind of see exactly where the wedge game is at. I'm gonna go ahead and get set up, and then I'll try to have the flight scope data recording as well live on the back. So let's go ahead and get this process started.
That definitely was a very interesting test and obviously has not gone as well as some of the others. Clearly, my wedge shots inside of 100 yards have definitely suffered as a result of my lack of practice and some of the changes that I've been going through with my body, adding weight, increasing my speed. Unfortunately, when you start improving other areas of your game, you can start to lose some feel and some touch and some finesse in other parts, but that's okay. We just want to know exactly where I'm at, and then obviously we're going to work at it from there. Quick question before we jump into the rest of the breakdown. I didn't include 30 to 40 yard shots, but let me know in that comment section below. Do you think it's important to practice 30 and 40 yard shots in addition to my normal wedge shots inside of 100 yards? I'd love to hear from you in that comment section below. Let me know. Let's do a recap. I've got my notes here from on the range, and I'm going to take a quick look at what my actual scores were. Now you can make this test as simple as possible. You don't have to hit 3 different clubs to every single target. If you can hit a 50-yard shot comfortably with 1 club in your bag, then it really doesn't matter as long as you can hit that number. I like to push myself, and I want to make sure that I can start practicing different options of controlling trajectories of high, medium, and low. Does it need to be that complicated? No, not really, but neither here nor there. So for 50 yards, I was 3 for 3, obviously a distance that I'm very comfortable with all wedges in my bag. 60 yards, I was 2 for 3, was not really good with the 60 degree. 70 yards, none. 80 yards, 1 out of 3, 90, 1 out of 3, 100 yards, 1 out of 3. So, out of the 18 shots that I hit, I successfully hit 8 of them correctly to the distance and in the correct direction. So that puts me at a 44%, which unfortunately leaves my skills all the way down in this scoring area. Now, overall, I'm not too excited about where I currently am, but it does give me something to work at and improve. I know for a fact that this has been an area of my game that I desperately need to improve, and I've made a lot of videos about, finesse wedge shots, and there's times where I get it together, and then there's times where obviously it's not coming together just because of how much my swing is changing and how much my speed is changing. I genuinely just don't trust my short wedge shots. As I start to get under stress, some of my bad hip movements come back into play, and instead of rotating that hip, I tend to slide it, and that further, exaggerates the problem of hitting those shots fat. So all in all, I'll say it definitely was not a very good practice session, but it was a good indication of where my current skills are with my wedges. I think this may be something that we probably want to go to Kurt to have a lesson just to double check and make sure we're on the same path and get a little bit of confidence. I'm sure that with the confidence will come the strike. And obviously, if we're getting good strike and we're getting good speed through the ball, we should be able to have better control of our distances and also a lot more spin, which is going to help me hold those greens and be able to attack pins in a lot more positions than I maybe used to have been able to when I didn't have as much speed through my wedge shots. I'd love to hear from some of you down in that comment section below. Is this an area where you struggle with in wedges? Is this an area where maybe you excel? Let me know in that comment section below. How good are you at wedge shots from 50 to 100 yards? That's really all I got for you. As always, thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel. Deuces, people. Let's keep it moving.